Hi guys, I am on CubeHamster Server, and this is my plot, but I'm just here to showcase the this door which I've made. Now there's something very special about the door, which you might notice, so let me just close it. Now you might notice, let me just show you that again. Close and open. So if you haven't already noticed, let me just show you that it only uses regular pistons. Let me just fly underneath. Regular. These are regular. Let me just show you it's powered. I can't really. But these are regular. You'll see when I do the tutorial. This is actually a little bit more compact than the one I'm doing a tutorial on, but the one I'm doing a tutorial on is a lot faster and is more reliable. So let's get over to single player. Alright, so here I am in my single player. This is the door which is faster. As you can see, it is a lot faster. It's just one block wider, but it doesn't really make a difference depending on where you want the wall to be. But yeah, it can still fit perfectly with the door. It's completely seamless, which is why those two pistons push down there. So let's take a better look at the redstone. Right here. This is how it works. That was closing. That's when it's that's closing. The other one was opening. Let's just see it open. So let's get on to the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing that you'll need to do, well, what I like to do is lay out the pistons. So just take a block from the ground, place one here and one here, place one facing this way and one facing this way, then two blocks on top, then add one like that there, and then one like that there, and that's your piston layout. So this is where your entrance is going to be. Oops. I want them to be lapis blocks since they're the door. So that's your entrance, and then add a piston here and here. So let's get on to closing first. Just add redstone dust there. That's your input. Actually, put a glowstone block there, redstone dust. Underneath here, redstone dust, redstone repeater, block, redstone dust here, glowstone there, redstone dust on top. Oops, add a block of redstone dust there and redstone dust there. So this should close it and puts these into place for opening the door. So let's go on to that. Add a redstone torch here, a block on top, add redstone dust there, a redstone repeater, regular piston, sand on top, add another block, a repeater on full delay, add a block there and a block there, break out the middle, put redstone dust and a repeater here, and put it on 3 ticks, and then a repeater here with redstone dust there, and leave that one untouched. Then here, place a block, add a redstone repeater, bring blocks around like that, and add redstone dust to them, put 3 blocks there like that, add a redstone repeater, bring it up like that. Add redstone dust there, redstone dust there, and your door should work. Very nice. Now this isn't the most compact. NikWillOrStuff on CubeHamster made one that was only 1 wide, but the dimensions of this I can remember, I think it's 9 by 2 by 12, which is quite small for what it does. Of course, you'd thought a lot less effort would go into making this door, but actually it doesn't. It's more effort than you might think. So I'm going to try and briefly explain how it works. So obviously that just powers those two pistons to close it, and then this powers that, which puts power into this block. But this needs to be glowstone so the current can continue to travel. Could be a half block, just a light block which you can place redstone on top of. So the way that this piston gets powered when it's here, since this turns on, this has a slight delay when it pushes this piston to here. So this will power this block that will then act as a bud switch to that piston, this piston actually, but when the piston's there, and then when this piston powers, it buds that piston, which makes that power. Let me show you that in action. Very simple. And then for these, what happens is this torch depowers, all this depowers, and then the power to that pulses this piston up, which then removes the block, giving a single tick pulse to this piston and this piston, so this one fires first so that they can both fire, and then this just brings it down to make these fire first before these two fire. And the reason that these are on a single pulse is because these two pistons, when they power, if these two were still powered, I'd have to fart about with delays and stuff. So basically, let me just show you here. As you saw there, that block pushed this piston back into place, so that's essentially what happens here. Pushes the pistons back into place. So the reason I created this was just for people who were struggling finding slime chunks, although it's not so bad now since slimes spawn in swamp biomes. So I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.